Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogs. So, in this video, I'm doing a review of the recently, not so recently, but Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Far From Home. So, which stars as the last one, Tom Holland, why did I say Tim? As Spider-Man. So, basically, we start off in Mexico, where Nick Fury and Mary Hill, they're going to investigate some strange tornado that locals have said, that people have said has a face. So they got there, find the whole place in ruins, and they find something called the Earth Elemental, and a guy named Quentin Beck arrives, some superpowered man arrives just to destroy it. So then we go to New York, and basically people are still just recovering back from, the blip, or basically the whole, Thanos finger snap thing that happened, and basically now everyone's basically been gone, so people are just now having to readjust. So, and Peter Parker, him and his friends are all going away on a trip, on a school-wide trip to Europe for 2 weeks, and during that time, Peter wants to finally confess his love to his classmate MJ, and in the process, and also not fight crime, just, chill out, hang out, relax, be on an actual vacation without having to be Spider-Man. So he goes to an event, a fundraiser for the homeless, and basically he's set up by his Aunt May and Happy Hogan, who we all know works for Stark, who, and apparently they're starting to date, and Peter's just like, why? So during this whole thing, Peter's basically just been bombarded by questions about Tony Stark, since, in Endgame he and he just runs off, and you can truly see that he still is really just feeling it for Stark, because he died. So then they go on the vacation. Peter and his classmates, they go to Venice, Italy, and right off the bat, Peter sees that a classmate named Bryce, he's basically also going after MJ, so now he has a rival. So they get to Venice, and they get stuck in a crappy hotel. Like, this place is so run down, and it's not even funny. So then the water elemental attacks Venice, and just as before, Quentin Beck appears, and people have given him a new nickname, Mysterio, as a superhero. So then, after the attack, after Mysterio defeats the elemental, he's called down. Peter Parker is called down by Fury, because, well, Happy Hogan, after the after the fundraiser, told Peter that Nick Fury was calling Peter Parker, but Peter, being the idiot that he is, tried to ghost him. And, well, one thing that everyone should know: you don't ghost Nick Fury. Otherwise, bad things happen to you. So Fury basically tells Peter that he needs his help. That Nick Fury and Mary Hill, they want Mysterio, and Spider-Man to work together to defeat the fire elemental, because basically the elementals, they are creatures from the four natural elements, which, earth, water, fire, air, Avatar: Last Airbender fan. Basically they are from, and basically Quentin Beck, he is from an alternate Earth dimension that got destroyed by these four elementals, and now he's here to help defeat them once and for all. So there's still one, the fire elemental, which is the hardest one, because it can drill down to the Earth's core and completely destroy the Earth, and that it's going to go to be in Prague in about a day. So Nick Fury wants Spider-Man to join in the fight, but Peter, being wanted to be on vacation, says he does not want to. He wants to just be on vacation and relax. So, of all things Nick Fury does, he's like, okay, go, I don't need you, bye. So then, the next morning, everyone awakes to find out that instead of going to Paris, they're going to Prague. Because Nick Fury has hijacked their trip, and they're all going to Prague. And also, while at this meeting, Nick Fury gave Peter a set of glasses that he was meant that at Tony Stark's funeral Peter was meant to get, but he didn't get it. Basically, they were basically a set of glasses that Tony Stark made to give to a successor, with an AI called Edith that basically controls all of Stark Industries and a satellite that's full of weapons. So, on the way there, on the way to Prague, they stop to catch a break. Basically, Peter, he gets called by one of Fury's associates to basically get a new costume, so since he doesn't want to be recognized as Spider-Man. And a funny scene, one of his classmates walks in as Peter's being stripped in front of this lady, and the classmate takes a picture thinking that he's actually trying to have to do something with a European stripper, when in reality he's not. And he goes over to MJ to try and give it to her, and in the process, so panicked, Peter, he talks to Edith, and he basically puts he accidentally targets this classmate with a missile to kill him, when in reality he just wants to delete the video or picture off his phone, and he almost kills the guy, but he luckily stops the missile from attacking him. And so they all get to Prague, and instead of being outside, since that's where the fire elemental is going to be, the class goes to an opera because it'll be safer inside. So Peter goes to where they have to meet up, him and Mysterio. They battle the fire elemental, although while in the process, MJ's watching, and also because Peter now has his disguise, he's now going by the alias Night Monkey. I don't know why, but I just find that funny, Night Monkey. I don't know, that makes me laugh. So they battle the thing. Quentin sacrifices himself to try and defeat it. Luckily, he defeats it, and better yet, he doesn't die. So now that all four of the elementals are defeated, their peace is restored, Fury and Mary Hill, they want to go to Berlin to set up to basically create a new Avengers team. And they want Quentin and Parker to go with them. So just while they're on break, Quentin and Peter, they go to a bar, and even though Peter's not old enough to drink, at least here in the US, I don't know about in Czech Republic, I don't know what the rules are there. So in the process, while they're there, Peter basically just tells, basically he wants to give Quentin, he wants to give Beck the Edith glasses because he basically says to Beck, I'm not a superhero, I'm just a kid, like, I'm not ready for this, I don't want to be a hero, like, you're the hero, you're older, you're experienced, like, you are what the world needs, like, because everyone just really wants a superhero, because now that Tony Stark, or Iron Man, is dead, like, everyone just needs, like, the world's just kind of, like, asking for a hero, and Peter feels that he's just not the one, he doesn't want to be the one, really, he just wants to be with MJ, just be with MJ, and enjoy life, not being a superhero, because he feels he's just some random kid from Queens. So he gives Quentin the glasses, and just transfers everything to him. So then Peter leaves to try and confess his love to MJ. So then 10 seconds later, so at that scene, I was kind of like after the fire elemental was defeated, I was like kind of like, what's going on? The big bad guy is destroyed, like, what's gonna happen next? So I'm beginning to think, okay, maybe there's gonna be some massive, like, new elemental, like they all combined into one or something. But in reality, it's a plot twist, because basically Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, he's not who he says he is. He is not really a some fighter from some hero from another Earth dimension. Then the fire and the elementals, they are not actual things that destroy the Earth. Basically, it's all BS. Quentin Beck, he is actually a previously fired Stark employee who worked on holographics. And Stark fired him because he was so unstable. Basically, all this, the elementals and Mysterio, they're all holograms controlled by drones. And basically, this whole thing, he basically wanted to get revenge on Stark because they got fired, and because he wants to, one, gain control of Stark Industries to be powerful, and he wants to be the hero. He wants to use Mysterio to basically, one, give the people what they want, a hero, and just completely just take over everything. So he basically tricked everyone. He tricked the world, he tricked Peter, he even tricked Fury somehow, which, you know, you usually don't do that. So, yeah, so basically now that he has Edith, he's basically going to try and make a huge thing for Mysterio to, you know, save everyone from in London. So then, while all that's happening, Peter tries to confess his love for MJ when while MJ says that basically says, I know you're Spider-Man, and she also shows Peter a piece of one of the holographic projectors that was found from the fire elemental, and basically by looking at this they realize that Quentin Becky's really a fraud, that all this is BS. So, and also one thing I really like is that this wasn't revealed in the trailer. This is like the whole plot twist. So then, realizing that Beck is a total fraud, basically Peter makes an excuse so he doesn't have to go to continue on the trip with his class. Peter goes to Berlin to warn Fury and tell Fury and Mary Hill about everything. So he gets to Berlin, and just as he's about to tell Fury, he realizes that Fury is really an illusion. That it's an illusion. And basically he's thrown into all these illusions set up by Quentin, and just the whole thing looks so amazing, and it's just all this, the CGI, the graphics, it's so good. And Peter literally, there's even a dead Iron Man. It's so creepy and cool at the same time. So then, just when he thinks it's over, and what he thinks is the real Fury, Fury asks, who else found out? Who else knows? And he basically says that his friend, which, why can't I remember his name? I don't remember. I think it's Sid. I don't know. I can't remember. So Sid and MJ both know about Quentin and the fact that he's Spider-Man. So, not knowing that Fury was a fake, but instead he was really Quentin. And so now Quentin knows that MJ and Sid both know that he's a fraud, and that now he's gonna try and kill them. So then he makes Peter get hit by a train, and Peter gets knocked unconscious, and next thing he knows, he's in a jail in the Netherlands. How he got there, I have no idea. So he calls Happy Hogan to pick him up and bring him to London to fight off Quentin, and then he ends up, and while over there, Peter makes a brand new super suit. So Quentin and his crew, they get to London, they set up their fake images, and while basically they're trying to use that as cover to secretly kill MJ and anyone else who knows about him. So Happy Hogan goes to help MJ and everyone else to hide and avoid all the drones. Basically they're all drones that should have holograms. So Peter goes into the big holographic image and just destroys the drones. Just tries to destroy the drones, and in the end, he destroys them all, and he fights Quentin, and basically makes Quentin accidentally hit himself with the drones, lasers, and just as he's about to be put into another illusion, Peter uses his Spidey senses, or I should say Peter Tingle, to avoid all the tricks and get to Quentin and beat him up, and get rid of him, but just as he's about to capture Quentin, it turns out that that Quentin is an illusion, and the real Quentin was about to shoot Peter, but Peter was able to stop it, and in the end, Quentin is killed by a drone attack. So, yeah, then Peter and everyone, they go back to New York, and he begins to set up a relationship with MJ. So then, in the mid-credits scene, MJ and Spider-Man are swinging around New York City when it's revealed that a video came out that Quentin made, where Quentin basically says, he basically blames Spider-Man for all the drones and the whole elemental attacks, and he reveals that Spider-Man is Peter Parker to everyone. So now, the secret's blown, which, honestly, I mean, at this point, we live in the world where, you know, someone could just take a picture of Peter, or take a video. Like, you know, I feel like it's getting kind of hard for a superhero, at least in the modern world, to hide their secret identity, since we live in the world of satellites, cameras, and video recorders in our pockets, like, you know. So then at a post-credit scene, it turns out that Fury and Mary Hill were actually Skrulls in disguise, while the real Nick Fury was relaxing on a vacation. All in all, I feel this movie was really good. I loved the plot twist. The plot twist was really good because, one, and this is the big one for me, it was not in the trailer. No trailer had that plot twist. It was totally just great. Like, for once, at least for me, I was not spoiled by something in a trailer. I was not. Like, something big at least. Like, I mean, it was really good. Like, when I first saw it, I was like, what? Like, I was just like, what? I was so confused, and it was a good confuse. It was like, I didn't know, and it was such a great surprise to learn that Mysterio was the bad guy all along. So, all in all, I give this movie a B+ in terms of letter grade, because it's great. See it while you still can. It's gonna be out, probably gone within the next few weeks. So, before it gets out of theaters, go and see this movie. So guys, I'm going to end this right here. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give us a like, give us a subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.